Afternoon, everybody. There's a chant we sometimes do in our union, which is Healthcare Workers Union, is that we're fired up, not going to take it anymore. We're fired up, won't take it no more. 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 Our 1199 is a union of healthcare workers all over the East Coast. We do good work every day as healthcare workers. This is also International Human Rights Day, and I just want to tell you that healthcare
is a human right.
That's right. Education is a human right. Free speech, human right. I have watched Occupy Buffalo bring that message back to Buffalo. I have watched Occupy Wall Street and all the movements around bring that same kind of feeling back into the mainstream and the conversations and press. Thank you! Good heroes doing good work, and you all getting out here today to support them is a perfect thing to do. Thank you very much.
Call up Terry Melvin, who's Secretary Treasurer of our statewide organization, the State AFL-CIO. Real privilege to have Terry here today.
Good afternoon. Let me first of all thank those that are here, the Occupy Buffalo group. They deserve our applause. They deserve everything that we can give them for standing up. For so long, we're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, but they are doing something about it. They are standing up for all of our rights. Let me also say that we're here today because we are one. Black, brown, yellow, and white, we are one. We are one race, the human race. And we're here today to let Wall Street know, to let the big bankers know that we didn't put this country in the mess that it got into. I don't think anybody in this circle that's here today had enough money or clout to plunge us into the problem that this country had. Not one of us. And the ones that got bailed out, those are the same ones that are trying to oppress us today. But hell no, it's not going to happen. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to stand up. We are the 99%. And let me tell you, no way can 1% beat 99%. If we all come together, if we all march together, if we all stand together, we will not be defeated. It's time for us to make this country live up to its original creed, when it said that all of us are created equal, that we are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights, and among them are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. It's time for us to grab hold to what is ours. It's time for us to grab hold to what all through these years that we have built as a people. We will not allow the 1%. We will not allow the 1% to oppress us anymore. We are the 99%. We are one. And we will stand together today. We will stand together tomorrow. And we're going to stand together on every election day and let the politicians know either you're with us or we're going to send you home to be with the 1%. This fight is all of our fight. And we must stand together. We must come out and support those that have given up what they were doing every day to take a stand. If you can have somebody living in these tents in Buffalo in 25-degree weather, we ought to do everything we can to lift them up and build them up. We got to show them that we are one. Buffalo, just like we're with them in New York State, New York City, and we're with them in Rochester and Syracuse and Albany. We are with you. Your fight is our fight, and we will stand strong together. God bless you.
Where's that? Allison Dewey, Coalition for Economic Justice, has a couple of remarks.
Allison! So I think that was probably the rousing, close to the rousing end that maybe we should get to. So I will be brief because we are one, but we are cold. Doesn't mean we're not staying here, and the Coalition for Economic Justice is helping. I think there'll be more checks coming. I just want to point out that in addition to the fundraiser, unions, community groups, faith leaders have also been pledging support through numbers of ways. So it's more than that $5,800. Unions have been down here dropping off sleeping bags. They've been writing checks to CEJ and the Western New York Peace Center. There's lots and lots of support coming from all over. But again, I'll be very brief today. I'm the director of the Coalition for Economic Justice, and I just want to point out that 25 years ago, a group of workers got some of the worst news of their lives. In a factory that isn't far from where we're standing right now, they got told that their jobs were done, that they were being relocated to Mexico. Trico is just one piece of the overall story of job loss in Buffalo. But it's part of a bigger story, the story of corporate America run amok. A story of corporations seeking to reap profits and seeking to avoid labor and environmental standards that are what make for vibrant, fair economies. One wonderful thing happened out of that despair, and that is that a union reached out to a number of outspoken and passionate faith leaders, to community organizers and to academics, and said, let's fight back. And they fought back against the loss of their jobs, and they fought back against corporate greed, and they fought back against the race to the bottom and the destruction of the middle class. And though those jobs were lost, what's happening today is proof that people have continued to come together and continue to fight back, and that it's starting to work. The Coalition for Economic Justice was born out of that struggle at Trico, and we are growing and we are winning. But there is so much more to do. Millions of Americans are seeking work across this country. And that is not inevitable, as some of our elected officials would like us to believe. And it is not unchangeable. Millions are seeking work because elected leaders have made choices. And they can make different choices. They have made choices to let the 1% control our country and economy. And there are very, very simple choices that they could make to turn things around. Tax the rich. Rein in wasteful corporate subsidies and corporate greed. We saw the beginning of this in New York State this week with a new tax code package and some new direction in economic development. But it's not enough. We've got corporate elites handing out money left and right. There's enough money. There's no budget deficit in New York State. We need to rein in the waste and create the jobs that we need. Rebuilding our infrastructure, educating our children, retrofitting and weatherizing our homes and our businesses, caring for our elderly. We need to rein in the waste and create the jobs we need. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm just going to make a few remarks, and Albert's going to come out and do a couple chants, and then we're going to have some more to eat. People should stay and relax and enjoy themselves for as long as they want. I'm very pleased to speak to this gathering. It's fair to say that a sleeping giant has been aroused in our country and around the world. The sleeping giant embraces various movements and people: Egypt, Greece, China, all over South America, and right here in the U.S. Palestine. This movement speaks to the open demand for economic equality, for fair social economic policies, and objectively for peace. Our rally today and this encampment is part of this movement. And speaking for the Western New York Area Labor Federation, we are very proud to be here. The theme today is Worker Appreciation Day. Every day, every year rather, on Labor Day in this country, May Day in countries around the world, we celebrate the ordinary workers in their masses. We do this not just because economic real social value is created by the working people, not just because it's the working people, not the so-called job creators, who are the real engine of social progress in the world, but also, and in my view, most importantly, that it is the working people who provide the backbone for progressive political change here and around the world. That's a fact. The so-called job creators of right-wing mythology make money. That's their role. But they don't do it only because products exist. They do it because products exist, roads are built, and people are educated. In short, they make money because people work and produce. They cannot do it on their own, nor however much they want to. It's a matter. To paraphrase my general president, James P. Hoffa, these so-called job creators would do it all on their own if they could only figure out a way to do so and eliminate us altogether. So, we should pause today, not only to consider this point, but to appreciate the working people for the labor movement they created and its defense of our living standards and our working conditions. The spokespeople of so-called jobs creators, the anti-people right wing, say this 10-city gathering here and around the country, is nothing but lazy, spoiled youth. This is a gross distortion. Our labor movement and the 99% movement is a movement for positive, progressive change, and no matter the form it takes, it is not, and we are not going away. Let us continue to work and go forward together, brothers and sisters. Albert's going to lead us in a couple cheers, and I think that's pretty much our movement. Yes? Please.
Thanks, Nick. So when the 1% tell us that they're going to cut our jobs, they're going to cut our schools, they're going to cut our teachers, when they tell us that they're going to cut the services we need so that them and their bankster friends can have another yacht, another summer home, and they want another $1 million bonus. When they say cut back, what do we say? When they say cut back, when they say cut back, when they say cut back, will you fight back today? Will you fight back tomorrow? When our brothers and sisters here hold a rally, when they need us, will we be there? Will we be there in the spring? Will we be there in the summer? Have they heard the last of us? Through rain, through snow, occupy Buffalo through rain, through snow. Occupy Buffalo. Through rain, through snow. Occupy Buffalo. I love you all.
Thank you all for coming. Please help yourself to the food.
We're going to have some more music here in a few moments. We're going to just mingle amongst yourselves, network, have some fun. Just to let you know,